Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Nick Talks. And today, hitting you with another Wednesday wisdom, I wanted to talk about choosing your regrets. So this is something that I heard it on Chris Williamson and Alex Hormozy podcast. Seemed appropriate, I think. So to kind of frame this correctly, let me go back first. When I was probably 16 or 17, I started to realize how finite time was, and comparing that limited supply of time to the nearly unlimited supply of desires that I had, I started to realize that it may not be possible for me to do everything that I want, be everything that I want, and see everything that I want to before I die. I only have 70 to 100 years, right? We hope. I started thinking about this more and more, that it is possible that there are things that I'm just unable to do in my life. And it started to make me very uncomfortable. And I remember going to my mother and basically freaking the hell out about it. It was like, dude, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to see all the places that I want and travel to all the cities and the countries and see all the wonders of the world and learn all the skills that I want to and become all the things that I, hope and dream to be. And she said, well, no, you have time. You can do this. And, I think she was kind of telling me what maybe she thought I wanted to hear. She was trying to calm me down by telling me that, no, you can get to everything. But that's not true. It's obviously not true. What I wish she would have told me, that I've now figured out, after coming to terms with this notion many times over, is that that's true. You're not going to be able to do, see, or be everything that you want. It's just the way it is, right? Unless you can figure out how to crack the immortality code, you're stuck here. And this is where the choose your regrets comes in, because there is only so much that you can do, so then you better prioritize well, right? And so that's what I wish maybe I would have heard, is that you just have to choose. You have to pick. You have to pick what you're going to do and what you're going to leave behind, what you're going to be and what you're not going to be. I think that framing it in terms of choosing your regrets is pretty powerful, in the sense that, because typically a regret is something that's framed as this is something I wish I would have done. As in an action, a road not taken that you wish your life would have traveled down. But I think in this context, it makes more sense that I've chosen to make that a regret consciously. I have decided, knowing that I could feel bad about this for the rest of my life, I chose to do that anyways, because I felt that the act or the whatever I did choose was a better option, or the one that suited me better in the moment, at least. And so I think, therefore, you have some justification as to why that regret exists. It maybe doesn't make it hurt less, but it at least puts your hands back on the wheel, so that it's not like the past me just really screwed me over. It's like, no, I chose this because this is what I wanted to do. And ultimately, this was my rationalization, or my mindset shift that really helped me get through this, was every single thing that I do, I'm going to do because I choose it, not because any other factor is forcing me to do so. And if it is, I'm unaware. And then due to this, I can't by nature have any regrets, because I chose exactly what I wanted to do at every turn. So if in that moment, the me that made that decision chose this option, then it must have been what looked like the best option. So I have to trust myself here. And this has been very liberating for me, because then I don't have to toss and turn at night wondering what would have been, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not concerned with the path that I didn't choose, because I know that I chose the path that I did for a good reason. And therefore, I chose that if there is going to be a regret that exists, these will be them. Therefore, they don't have to be regrets. So, sometimes I haven't really run into anything that I've made the decision that kind of sucks either way, I don't think. Or maybe it seemed that way at the time, but with age, I don't think that it's as big of a deal. So if you're stuck between two choices, and there doesn't really seem to be a way to get both done, and both are equally shitty if you leave them behind, then ultimately you just have to choose. You just have to pick one and know that, yeah, I'm winning on this side, sure, but there is also a loss, and that it just is what it is, and it's unavoidable in some cases. But I think taking some solace in that is genuinely helpful. Especially when you make harder and harder decisions, you're going to need to have that in your back pocket, that like, I'm going to make a decision that I may not like in 30 years, but I'm going to have to make it regardless. And it is what it is. Sometimes unfortunate circumstances can arise, and the tough choice has to be made. Ultimately, the choice is always yours. Silver lining there. But that's kind of all I got for today. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if this was helpful or not. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, I'll say, Nick out.